everybody.
Howdy.
We're back.
Yes, and I bet you guys is all beginning to wonder when we was actually going to get around to doing our next nail in the coffin.
We're actually running behind because we should have done it back in January.
Yes.
And I'm sorry this is actually not all of them because I didn't have a chance to go through all the emails. There were so many that have nail in coffin somewhere in the email that I've actually got like 40 more that I need to go through. So this is only a partial list, but we wanted to hurry and do the video. So sorry about that.
So without any further ado, here's the new, much bigger, improved coffin lid.
Bigger, better, badder.
So what are we going to start with? The families?
Okay, we're going to start with the families
right.
up at the corner here.
Right here.
In the blue. This is G, C, R, J, and C. And then we've got 4 yellow.
Make sure we get this in the shot here. Okay.
This is Mickey, Marilyn, Amber, and David. Then we have a family of 6 that are green. This is Amy, Ron, Jake, Jordan, Cheyenne, and Amber. I can't read my own writing.
That's not my problem, dear.
I know, especially without your glasses.
I know.
Okay, we have a family of 5 in white. This is CZ, TZ, JZ, CZ, and MZ. Okay, and then we have a family of 5 in red. This is Britt, her husband, daughters, 2 daughters, and a son-in-law. Okay, then we have a family of 4 in the kind of hot pink color. This is GC, MC, AC, SC. And then we've got a couple of 2 in the light orange.
Yeah, I got them right
This
here.
is Ellen and Henry. Then we've got 3 in the clear red. This is Pete, Lisa, Stuart. Okay, and then we have 2 kids that are in the turquoise. This is Logan and Lacey, and their parents were put on the lid back in 2015. So.
All right. Families are still coming out together, aren't they?
Yeah. So then we go up to the top corner.
Yeah, right back up here.
This is red for Sandra. Okay. Mom and daughter, Tammy and her mom, they want purple and pink.
You guys can argue which color you want right there.
Because I rewrote this and I didn't put which one wanted
exactly.
More. Okay, this is JR, it's clear purple.
Right here.
Okay, Cynthia, light blue.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, then we're going to go to the leg of the R and start with the black. This is for Bill, Alan, Dan, Skyrain, and Kajia.
Cool.
And then we've got some old timers. We've got a lot of old timers.
Yes, let me go get the hammer since I mistakenly put it away.
Okay, we've got Dale.
Right, hold on here. Dale.
Iva, Charles, Andrea, Shantae, Gabrielle, Elijah, Tanera, Dashia, Marlene, GDG, AG, VG, and Alexander. Now that my ears are ringing.
Yes. Guys, welcome to your freedom.
46. And like I said, that's only about half of what's in my inbox.
Yeah, we still have quite a bit more. Excuse me. Kim has quite a bit more
So
to go
46 nails and 14 old timers.
Yes. And look how much more bigger this coffin lid is.
Wonderful.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back here. And for what you've all been waiting for.
And David had made us a new coffin lid for Kingdom Hall closings.
Kingdom Hall closings.
That is a big coffin lid.
Yes.
And look at how many. Look at how many.
Yes. Now, this represents...
From the past few years.
Yeah. So, and I think if I remember right, we got 91 of them up here. So I'm not going to take any time pointing. I'm just going to kind of leave it.
Well, I named the names here.
Yes.
Okay. And this isn't all of them either because I have a bunch of emails also.
But hey, we got to start somewhere, guys.
Yes. This is just to give you an idea of up to a certain point how many have been in the past.
Yeah.
Charles City, Iowa. Mount Clemens, Michigan, Aurora, Minnesota, Cook, Minnesota, Dover, Tennessee, Hastings, Minnesota, Cleveland, Georgia, the main congregation in Uruguay, and then we've got 10 Kingdom Halls that went up for sale here in Canada, but it affects 43 congregations. And since we're running low already on the aluminum pins, we only did the 10 for the Kingdom Halls being sold, but just remember that this affects 43 congregations,
yes.
And we weren't sure which ones were merging with what, so we just do the 10. Dartmouth, NS, I'm not sure what province that is in Canada. Prinebrook, NS, Burlington, Ontario, Aylmer, Quebec, Victoria, British Columbia. I always have a problem with this name. Etobicoke, Ontario, Etobicoke. You guys know who it is.
Yeah.
Vancouver, BC, Chatham Township, Ontario. I'm getting tongue twisted here with these names. Fort McMurray, Alberta. Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. That one I know because we lived up in Wisconsin for a few years, so I know it's not pronounced like it's spelled. De Quincy, Louisiana. Thousand Oaks, California. Arleta, California. Anaheim, California. Bernicia, California. Fairfield, California. Emeryville, California. Daly, California. Dixon, California. Soledad, California. Santa Cruz. Another one in Santa Cruz, California. San Jose. Forestville, California. Escondido, California. La Mesa, California. Here's another one. Yakeda, California. Yacaida. DA. San Diego, California. North Highlands, California. Sacramento, California. Another in Soledad, California. Fresno, California. And another one in Fresno. Okay. I'm going to slaughter this one. I'm thinking it's Châtillon, France. Chatillon.
I'm not even going to try.
Okay, 7 in Texas. Cass Lake, Minnesota. Clinton Township, Minnesota. 2 in San Antonio. Toccoa, Georgia. Eastern Colorado. Now the reason we can't name that congregation is because the person that gave us this was threatened with retaliation by the elders. Wow.
Yep.
Oh, but it's a kind, loving organization.
Of course it is.
Akron, Ohio. Washington Park, Denver, Colorado. Lafayette, Louisiana. Golden Valley, Minnesota. 4 more in Michigan. Fayetteville, North Carolina. Salisbury, North Carolina. Grove City, Ohio. Barrington, Illinois. And this affects 4 congregations in the Crystal Lake area in Illinois. My goodness.
But hey, you guys have to remember, they're growing by leaps and bounds right now. That's why we're doing this.
Oh, and I just remembered, and I'm going to put the screenshot up. We forgot one. Thank you, Matt. Fort Myers, Florida.
Oh.
They've been trying to sell the property, and they couldn't sell the Kingdom Hall, so they bulldozed everything down, and now it's bare land. So it's Fort Myers, Florida.
So when it's all said and done, we'll go back and add another pin in here.
Yeah, I'm writing a note to myself to put another pin in. Okay, Bicknell, Utah. Wheatland, New York. Gates Chili, New York. Mount Morris, New York. North Congregation and Sunkiss, Anaheim, California merged into one. So we counted as one congregation lost.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, keep in mind, these are not all buildings that are, for sale. These are actually congregations that have merged, which means you lose one congregation, but some of these do also include the buildings. We just didn't take the time to separate everything.
Yeah, well, when someone sends me the information and they say such and such Kingdom Hall closed and went up for sale, sometimes they don't tell me how many congregations are actually in that Kingdom Hall. So that's why it's both on here. Onamia, Minnesota. can't read my writing. It looks like Enger Park, Duluth, Minnesota. Blaine, Minnesota. Silver Bay, Minnesota. Hastings, Minnesota. Como, Minnesota. Maplewood, Minnesota. Wyoming, Minnesota. Hiawatha, Minnesota. Diamond Lake, Minnesota. Armstrong Creek, Minnesota.
Leaps and bounds.
Niagara, Wisconsin.
Leaps and bounds, guys.
We were close to Niagara, Wisconsin. Wasn't there only one congregation in there?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
Okay. You're having way too much fun, you know.
Well, this is just... just continue. I mean, my goodness.
It's hilarious. It's gotten to the point to where it's hilarious, but they're growing so fast, you know, that they just can't keep up. Yeah, they're leaving so fast we can't keep up.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have worn my sarcasm shirt.
Yeah, you should have.
I know. Okay, going on. Litchfield, Kentucky. Wigton Parish. And we got a story about that. I got a few things here to read. Okay, now in the UK, there's the Paston, Peterborough, Cambridgeshire area, and the Paston, Wellington Street, and Clarence Road congregations, those three, gonzo. Okay, and then we've got here 4 congregations that merged, and I'm not sure which. I believe this is the United States, and I'm not sure what state this is in, but the San Luis and Almosa congregations merged, so they lost one. The Center and Monte Vista congregations merged, so they lost one there. So we added 2 to that. So with Fort Myer, that makes 92, I believe.
Okay, so that's it?
That's it. So you can put that up there. And then I've just got a few things here to read. Some information on all of this. Now this person, their old congregation spent almost 5 months on a total renovation and has just sold the hall. This has resulted in much murmuring from the older ones. They funded the upgrade and now have to travel across town to a really run-down area where 2 sisters on night guard were robbed and 2 brothers while on car park duty. As if this wasn't bad enough, they have asked the brothers to upgrade the Kingdom Hall they have all relocated to and are asking for money. This has not gone down well, and one of them has researched and confronted the elder with information.
Good.
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 Good. Okay. Wanted to update you guys about the congregation my mom and grandma go to is closing. Now, this was the one in Akron, Ohio, and we didn't want to name the congregation because we don't want to get the family in trouble. And I was just speaking to my mom and asked her why their Kingdom Hall was closing. Her response was that they have to sell the building because they were told that the congregation attendance was growing so much that there wasn't enough parking.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're asking their members to write down how much extra they can give the organization in order to build more Kingdom Halls.
Wouldn't a much simpler solution to this issue and problem of car parking would have just simply been to carpool? I mean, that makes more logic than to sell the Kingdom Hall and, beg for more money.
Well, if they're selling all these Kingdom Halls, don't you have the money to build more Kingdom Halls?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Guys, you Jehovah's Witnesses have been so programmed to give until it hurts that when are you ever going to find the courage to stand up and say no?
Yes.
No!
So thank you, Paul, for this email on the Peterborough, Cambridgeshire, UK. He says there's some hilarious closures, and those are the ones we mentioned. They bought the old Plymouth Brethren Hall in order to defile it with their awful .org logo. What of the Kingdom Hall sold?
Yeah.
The one my father and I worked on, the Paston congregation, is now an Islamic mosque. Wellington Street that we helped build is now a Pentecostal church. And the Clarence Road is now an Islamic center. And then Paul asked, whatever happened to dedicating them to Jehovah?
Well, that's why I was just scratching my head. You Jehovah's Witnesses are fooled into believing that all of these buildings are dedicated to Jehovah, you know, the God of the one and only true religion, and then you turn around and sell them to other false gods and false religions. What a snare and a racket.
So thank you, Paul, for that information. Okay, now the Cumberland News has an article entitled New Jehovah's Witnesses Place of Worship Means Old One Will Close.
Yeah.
So we did not put it on the coffin lid there because the one they're closing is actually they're building a new one. So it wasn't dissolved or anything, but they actually did an article here that local congregation has been meeting in the existing hall for around 30 years. The hall is an old Victorian property, the old Wigton Parish rooms, and its maintenance has become increasingly difficult. Access and parking are also challenging. The new hall will provide the local congregation with a more modern and comfortable building that better suits our needs. And it was approved by the city council.
Yeah, until half of them wake up, and then they get a brand new building that they fleeced the flock for money to build, and then Watchtower sits, you know, fat and pretty with all of the profits that are made off of your donations.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
That's how religion works.
Yeah. Now, this was interesting, so I want to thank MK. In the past, the 3-day assembly has been held at the Tacoma Dome, Washington State Arena. It was convenient with a hotel just across a parking lot. This year, 15 3-day assemblies are going to be held at the JW Assembly Hall, Puyallup, Washington? Puyallup?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess this is due to budget cuts. The money for the dome is now going to the assembly hall, and we know how JW gets money by donations on the days of the assembly via credit card machines, free staff, volunteers. Is this happening across the U.S.?
Well,
yes.
Not only that, that there's now 15 assemblies, and every single one of those assemblies is going to start with a $12,000 deficit on day one.
Yeah.
Snare and a racket, Jehovah's Witnesses. You've got to figure this out.
So instead of having an assembly with, let's just say, 40, 50,000 people in the Tacoma Dome, you know, where you can see everybody, well, now they've got all these little small assemblies, so you don't see the numbers dwindling. You don't see the big empty spaces in the
exactly,
arena.
Yeah. Let's cram everybody into a smaller building so it looks like we're still growing by leaps and bounds.
Well, yeah.
My goodness. This is getting to be such a predictable joke, Watchtower. I mean, it really, really is.
And now we have a visual prop that we're going to be putting all this on so everybody can see all your growth.
Yeah, exactly. It's predictability. It truly is. It really, really is predictable at this point. That's why we can have so much fun mocking it.
Oh, yeah.
These guys.
Yeah. So thank you for watching, and we're not sure, you know, when we're going to get another video up, because like I said, we're working on a few things that are very important, and some things going on in our personal life that we have to take care of. So we're not sure, but just know that we're doing okay, and we're still working behind the scenes. I'm still answering emails every day. I get hundreds and hundreds of messages between Facebook and emails and all of that in our website every month. So just know that I will eventually get to your messages, and just know that we love you, and thank you for watching.
Yes, we'll catch you guys next time around.
Bye.
Bye.